16 through 18, these are absolute values with inequalities, and these are kind of interesting questions. We kind of have to think about these logically. So it says the absolute value of x is less than or equal to 4. So what numbers would this be? Well, if I plug in 4, that'll be true because that's equal to 4. If I plug in 3, that would work because 3 is less than 4. So how about 2? 2 is less than 4, that would work. If I plug in 1, 1 is less than 4, that would work. What if I go in the other direction? If I plug in 5, is 5 less than 4? That does not work. What if I keep going in the other way? So let me cross that one out. So 5 doesn't work. If you were to try 6, again, that's only making it worse. So if I plug in 0, 0 works. 0 is less than 4. Negative 1. Now if you plug in negative 1, the absolute value is going to take that negative away and just make it a 1. And 1 is still less than 4, so that works. Negative 2, again, the absolute value takes the negative away, but 2 is still less than 4. Negative 3 would work. Negative 4, that's, again, the absolute value takes it away, and that's just 4. 4 is less than or equal to. It is equal to. Now, negative 5, if you were to not have an absolute value here, negative 5 would be less than 4. But the absolute value takes that negative away. So, again, if we look at the absolute value of 5, that's just 5. And that is not less than 4. So we would not want to include that. So I'm just kind of looking at this logically to see what numbers I would put in to make this true. And really anything between negative 4 and 4, if you plug that into the original, that will make that true. So I'm going to write that in interval notation, and that's negative 4 to 4. Let's look at x is greater than 4, or absolute value of x is greater than 4. So kind of in a similar way. These are numbers that are bigger than 4. So like 5 would work, 6 would work, 7 would work. What about 4.2? That is bigger than 4. What about 4.1? That is bigger than 4. What about 4.01? That is bigger than 4. So anything greater than 4, so this would be 4 to infinity. Now that's only really half of our answer because of the absolute value. If you plug in the negative versions of these, so like negative 4.01, negative 4.1, negative 4.2, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, because the absolute value bars take those negatives away, those would also be true. So you kind of need to copy the negatives. Meaning also anything from negative infinity all the way up to negative 4 is also going to work. So you need to combine these two answers. So negative infinity to negative 4, and union that with 4 to infinity. And that'll be your final answer. So you are combining these two. Okay, so if we look at the last one, 18, its absolute value of x is less than negative 4. we actually can't be less than a negative number as an absolute value. So because of the absolute values here, whatever's in there is going to be positive because it will eliminate any negative sign. And any positive number is greater than a negative number. So just like with the equations, this basically tells us to stop. So there's nothing that works here, or you can put the fancy no solution.